Back in 2021, my grandmother was part of this process, and she was part of like the negotiation and choosing the land. And I said, so the elders that pass away, but what do they get after, like when we get this money? And the chief told me nothing. I guess because nothing's signed yet, she explained. And I told her, well, that's not fair, because they're the ones who lived the longest out of all of us, and they're the ones who had to endure like most of the pain, like back in the day. And then all of a sudden now we're getting reparations for the land claim, and they can't have any of it. I said there's got to be something we could do, especially with the other people who've passed on, even the young people who passed on, and they're kind of part of it too. Like there should be something we'd be able to draw up a legal document and state that, when this happens, these people were part of the process when it began, and now we want to do something for them and their families, whether it be monetary, whether it be buying headstones, commemoration, anything like that, just to honor honor them. And I think that would be a good idea to bring to council, and to ratify this so that we can have something. Like I don't think it sits well with a lot of people that when their parents or their grandparent or their even kid goes, that okay, I guess other people just get their money, that they're supposed to be part of it. And I really do think it'd be a good idea to draft up a legal document, because we do have the lawyers, and we could just draft up a legal document for our reservation only that states we do something for these people. I want to learn my Ojibwe language, and I'm slowly doing it. I'm making videos on Facebook that are words of the day in Ojibwe, and I just say some about 7 words, 5 to 7 words, and I say the meaning of them, and then I just make a little sum up at the end, and make a little funny quote, and then just kind of make it fun for people to learn the language a bit. And it's just something to keep me wanting to learn the language, and to get the language going in mainstream society, like going with our people again. And our culture is so rich, and it's so community oriented. Nobody gets kicked out, like, well, maybe some people, but nobody, like, you're all inclusive. And even if you're not Ojibwe, if you're not native, that doesn't mean you're not allowed. We don't put that, no non-natives allowed, please. You don't put that. Everybody's included, doesn't matter who you are. I'm happy in that sense, because I can live life on life terms now. And and that's the message I spread to my community members, and that's the message that I spread to all the people who are struggling, especially the ones who are struggling in addiction and alcoholism, because those people need it most. I use the AA program, but there are many programs out there that can help you. NA program, Narcotics Anonymous. And you could even do sharing circles, healing circles, Rod Kaninsky. I can only tell my story. I can't tell anyone else's story, or else they call it gossip. So, I gossip about myself, Joe. Oh, deadly. And that's me in a nutshell, and that's what I'm proud of. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that I can handle myself in those those situations, I'm proud that I can be. And that's why that's why I know I'm ready to get on the council. I'm excited for the opportunity to be in chief and council. And I'm excited for the opportunity to create a better community in Longlake 58 First Nation. And, with the community's trust and vote, I believe I can make a difference, and I can make a difference moving forward, so that we have a healthier community, and we can become a more transparent community where trust starts to form.